Y'all the main ones I'm watching on my throne. Created everything, but I called you my own. That land I gave you, put my name within my home. Yeah, that's my home. Israel, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. I made a promise, can't nobody take it. I chose to put you above all the nations. Out of your graves, I chose to awaken. We made a covenant, don't you forsake it. Come get protected while they going crazy. Israel, my first. I said no problems, but you wasn't hearing me. I come to you if you really come near to me. I heard your cry, now it's time to take it. I'm the one got you from all of your enemies. Who know what when to see? The waters was bitter, but I made it sweet. I'm finna rap with y'all in just a sec. I'm your protector, so I make you walk on your feet. This a reminder you married to me. I just want you to be all the culture to be. Ain't got you niggas, but I make you priests. Everything for you. I'll leave them day for you. Tell Pharaoh, let my people go. You heard what I say for you. You heard what I say for you. Hey, if y'all bought into my PMA course, you should have you as the minister, as the authorized representative, the minister. You need to make claim on behalf of your entity. You dig? I'm finna explain it in just a sec. Shalom, shalom. I'm the reason why you in the hood. I'm the reason for all your pain. Fine, daily. I'm finna get to it in just a sec. Come out of that system, come out of that lady. It would not grade me. I'm gonna just give it a second before I go to talk. That land I gave you, put my name in my home. Yeah, that's my home. You only ever know. Y'all the main ones I'm watching on my throne. Created everything, but I called you my own. That land I gave you, put my name in my home. Yeah, that's my home. All right. So, as I keep explaining to you all right, you're not in Kansas. All right, Dorothy. With you understanding that we're not in Kansas, Dorothy, you have to understand that there's a way that you have to navigate in this world. If you don't navigate in this world properly, you're going to continue to drown in debt. You're going to continue to think that you need different streams of income to live and survive in this world. To actually, thrive in this world. We get so many concepts twisted, convoluted, mixed up to the point where we don't understand what's truly going on. As a matter of fact, y'all, I'm finna make this a sub live. I'm finna let me see. We wanna go back home, go back where we belong. Forgive us for our wrong. I pray this reach the throne, Jerusalem. All right, so if you're not a subscriber, you're not gonna be able to catch this live. All right, they probably only gonna give you a minute, and then it'll go from there. But nonetheless, for those who are subscribed to me and you value the words that I do give you all, I have a great word to teach you all, to show you all, to express to you all. Okay. This system that you are wrapped in, you can get out of. You can make known and clear who you actually are, what you're actually doing, and why you're going about doing the things that you're doing in a proper fashion. And what I mean by that is every man and woman should have a crest or come from some form of a family that is established in royalty. Number one. Number two, you have to be able to understand that you are only here, you are only present. You are here to do a job. Okay. You are a trustee to the earth estate. If you do not make yourself proper on the earth estate, you will continue to be a minor in the eyes of the government and other individuals around you. All right. I want to take you to a definition. All right. Now this is the Code of Federal Regulations. Okay. And it's describing what a minor is. All right. Now we're going to pay particular attention to this right here. We all know what a minor is. For the public face value of a thing, we all know that a minor is an individual under the age of 18 years. The term minor is also used to refer to an individual who has attained the age of 18 years but is not yet taking control of the securities in his or her minor account. All right. Now, as I said, if you've taken my PMA course, and if you've taken my trust course, you're well on and prepared to go ahead and face Pharaoh or the individual in custody of your minor account. You're well on your way to tell them, hey, could you let me go? Could I have control of my assets? Could I have control of my life? Could I have control of all of my property? And could you stop controlling it for me? The realm that you are trying to actually enter into is a realm where you don't have to apply for credit, a realm where you don't have to apply for loans, a realm where you don't have to ask anyone for anything. What you have to do is make sure you don't damage or harm anyone while you are navigating in this world. That's the entirety of it all. Okay. You can't come into this realm and think that you're just going to chill and sit down. You have a duty and responsibility to this earth estate to subdue, replenish, multiply, and have dominion. So you're not here just to consume the earth. You're here to take care of it. You dig what I'm saying? So from that perspective, you have to be able to understand that you were born unalive. All right. And being born unalive is not something that the government made up or something that I'm making up. We are all born into sin. Okay. Being born into sin means that you are born, you're born into debt. As you are born into debt, beloved, you have to understand that that means that you owe somebody or something or someone. Okay. And we are all indebted to the creator of heaven and earth for having been entrusted to be in a body to exist in this physical realm at this specific time. Okay. However, the problem with what you don't understand is that you being born unalive, they understood the Bible, something your parents were supposed to understand. Okay. Your father and your mother, with the understanding of what baptism means. That means the old man passes and the new man comes to life. If that be the facts, if that be true, if that be so, then that means when you came here unalive or in debt to God, they knew that in order to keep you away from getting back to him, they had to take possession of that dead body. And they did. It's called a corporate being. This is why you have a social security number. This is why you have a this is why you have a minor estate held in custody of the custodian of the United States of America. Okay, you have to understand that your entire goal is to go to this minor custodian and ask him, and demand him, require him to convey, to give you back your stuff. That is the entirety of this goal. Now, the way that you want to come is under the order of a priesthood or under the order of Christ, which is why the PMA course is prominent. This is you coming in the authority of Yahuwah. Okay. And then the next thing is you have a trust. In the Bible, it says that my cup will overflow. In order for the cup to overflow with, we have to understand the nature of the event. The cup in itself is the security. This is what is securing what is going inside of it. Shalom, beloved. The cup is the vessel. It's the thing that has been trusted to hold what is inside of it. All right. And then what is inside of it is the liquid thing that you would consume. Okay. So your goal, your ideology is I want to get all of my life, my accounts, my securities. You have a social security number. Every contract that you have ever gotten into has become a secured transaction, creating a security interest in said thing. Now, what you don't understand is that the said thing is not only the goods that you are buying, but it's also the contract that you use to even initiate into the contract. This is what got you popular. This is what got you prominent. This is what got you approved. Okay. Now, you don't understand that when you come in as yourself, by yourself, you're just a minor to everyone. They don't see you. They're not going to see you until you make yourself contractually, factually known. Okay. In that essence, you have to understand when you came to this terrain, when you came to this realm, okay, there are contracts that were stamped, signed, sealed, deposited, and registered. Okay. You have been placed inside of a system. You have to get out of the system. Many people don't understand when the Bible says, come ye out of her, that Babylon is no longer a Babylon is no longer a place. The mystery of Babylon is the fact that Babylon is a system now, which is why it says to come ye out of her, lest ye partake in her sins, lest ye partake in her plagues. If you don't want to be liable to the things of the system, you have to come out of the system. However, you have to come out of the system with competence. You can't come out of the system a minor. Okay. A minor, also, the term is also referred to an individual who has attained the age of 18, but has not yet taken control of the securities in his or her minor account. This word control deals with trust. Okay. When you understand the nature of a trust, the most important offices of the trust would be that of the grantor, the trustee, and the beneficiary. Okay. The grantor set up the trust for either the benefit of himself, which is the beneficiary, or his children, his children's children's children, so on and so forth. The trustee is the individual that is managing the property that the grantor put inside of the trust. It's not his or hers. This individual is just managing it. It's just controlling everything that is inside of its custody. And then the beneficiary is the individual that all of this is set up for. The beneficiary is the one whom the is receiving the benefit of. You all have a social security card. You all have a social security account. You all can apply for social security benefits while you are alive and functioning. And also when you become incapable, you will have certain disabilities that you can file for in case, no matter the time or whatever the case is. But that's what that's what this social security entity was set up for. Okay. Now, the confusion is you think that the social security person is you, when in fact it is not. Okay. You are representing it. Okay. The analogy that I give is the fact that you are looking at this individual like you are its babysitter. Okay. You are only the babysitter. If you are the babysitter, then that means there is a beneficiary, you're the trustee, and then there is a grantor. Okay. Now, your minor, your social security person, the legal title, okay, it's two types of titles that exist. They actually should remain together, but they are all, it's split when you were born. Okay. The legal title is the title to the car. The equitable title is the use of the car. Okay. The legal title is held in custody of your state, your county, your municipality, city, your vital records, your school, your hospital, your treasury department. Everybody has an interest in your birth certificate. Okay. But before the birth certificate, it's the certificate of live birth, which says that this entity was born alive. Okay. So you have to rebut the presumption and assumption that you are either dead or that you have abandoned the office of your estate. Okay. Now, what that means is the office of the estate is that of the trustee. If there's only a beneficiary, who is the grantor? The grantor is incapable. He's the infant. He's the minor. Let me show you what I mean. According to the United States government, the infant is the decedent. He's died of an estate, or grantor, owner, custodian, or trustor of a trust. Social Security, that is your trust. Guardianship, receivership, or custodianship that has yet to receive a Social Security number. So your infant is what would be considered your legal personality. Okay, this is your legal person. Okay, this is the Social Security entity. The infant gained a legal presence via the Social Security number. Okay, and then you, the live being, the living baby, you got lost in the wind. Now, what was supposed to happen? Okay, your mother and your father, who created the bond, were supposed to build a birthing plan for the baby. Okay, for the chi, the child, the energy that comes from them. Y'all was supposed to create a trust. When you got that Social Security number, you're supposed to create a trust in that child's name using the Social Security number as the identifier. Every one of y'all can go with y'all baby right now and go get some lights, water, phones, whatever in your baby's Social Security name. So minors can contract. Okay. Now, what you would do is what you were supposed to do is when you turned 18, your mom and your dad are supposed to give you control of that trust. They would have been trustees to your trust as well as co-beneficiaries. You would have been the primary because this trust was set up for your benefit. Your infant is the grantor, okay? Your legal person. So your legal person is here as surety on behalf of your spiritual person. The one who benefits is supposed to benefit from all of this, okay? Remember, you're not your body. This is your legal person. Okay. You are what's inside of the body. Okay. Your soul is what will be judged. Your spirit is what is giving it the life and energy, the breath. The breath does not belong to man. So you can't sell your spirit. You can give up your free will, which is why you believe you can also sell your soul. You can't sell your soul either. None of this belongs to you. Okay. Everything is a gift. You're just in possession, the equitable use to all of these things. Okay. In order for this to commonly make sense, you're going to have to study trust law. You're going to have to study into trust in itself. And as I said, those three offices, grantor, trustee, and beneficiary, are the main ones you need to focus on. If you understand the nature of the entity, you'd be able to identify what its responsibilities, what its duties, and tasks are. Okay. So let's put it back into perspective. Your Social Security person, you didn't create it. The infant, you didn't create any of this. They created the birth certificate. They created the Social Security number. They created the Treasury Direct account that the minor is held in. They created all of it. You're just using these things. Okay. So what you were supposed to do is when you turned 18, you're supposed to say, all right, mom, all right, dad, I'm going to go handle my own life. Or 21 or 25, I'll handle my own life. Okay. When I handle my own life, excuse me, when I go to handle my own life, I'm going to assume my own name. I've become my own person in this world this 18 years I've been alive. You know, I have the government name you've given me, but at school, around the block, the girls, everybody, they call me boom, 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 boom. Okay, so this is you taking control of your life. Okay, you have the competence to use your own name. Now, the best way to do this is to be baptized. Okay, you get baptized and declare this new name under Yahuwah, under heaven. All right. Now, the reason this is important is because you have to understand. Remember, you're here as a trustee. You don't just name yourself a name. Your name has to fit your character, your morale, you. It has to fit your spirit. Okay. My mom named me something else, yet my name that I've accepted, that I was actually gifted, is Kazak Rakah. Kazak Rakah in Hebrew means strong spirit. Okay. Now, these names are instructions. These names are laws. These names are memorials. You must exemplify the characteristics and order of your name. You dig what I'm saying? Everything that you're doing is supposed to identify what the creator has assigned you to do here. Yahshua, salvation. He is salvation. He saves. You dig what I'm saying? Your name is supposed to fit your responsibility. It's not just something that sounds good coming out of your mouth or someone else's. Same thing with your children. Many of us were named in our mother's emotional unconscious state. You dig what I'm saying? Which is why you were supposed to take control of your own life. You have to understand that the sperm is the spirit. It is what must be saved. The sperm is the spirit. It goes inside of the egg, which is the flesh. The spirit is feminine. The flesh is masculine. The flesh is masculine. You have to sacrifice the flesh in order for the spirit, the feminine, to arise. The spirit comes out of the feminine comes out of the masculine man, and the masculine comes out of the feminine woman. It's a eight. It's infinite. It's a cycle. We need each other. There's no way else around it. Dig what I'm saying? However, us needing each other does not make us equal. Us needing each other supports equity. You dig me? And that's what we are here to do, to produce equity. We want to get away from buying and selling and into exchange, barter, and trade. When you understand that the dollar bills, that the entities, the instruments that you are using, they are only using paper. They're using paper and pushing numbers across the screen. And once you understand how that mechanism actually works, you'll see how beautiful this country, this company they've created actually is. The United States government is not trying to harm you. It's not trying to hurt you. It's actually protecting you. In every essence, many of you are trying to figure this out and you haven't figured it out because of your intentions at heart. And it's actually keeping you away from it because where you're going to go with it is going to hurt you. You're going to go into someone else's country or land and you're not going to go protect it. You're going to go stateless and they're going to kidnap you. They're going to see that you're operating in trust and you got all of this. Well, you're not going to understand how to move privately and you're going to harm yourself. You know, so for many of you, study this as deep as you can. You have to study this as deep as you can. All right. Now, concerned about money is how your ass gonna get jammed up. But if you're trying to save yourself, your person, your family, you're trying to redeem your family and your people, you're gonna have to come into this world ready to operate out of that office. This has to be in tune. This has to be in tune. You have to. All right. So you were supposed to either change your name, you can file bankruptcy, you can come through a power of attorney, or you can prove a valid will and a trust. Remember, that infant is deceased. Excuse me. That infant is a decedent. A decedent is somebody who is deceased. This is according to the IRS, not me. You dig? So you got to go back and claim that deceased estate. You have to go back and get it. If you don't go back and get it, you're gonna keep living how you're living. You know, what you're supposed to be doing And see, this is actually why my prices are where they are. This is why they've went up the way that they've went up, you know. But nonetheless, if you want me to be a trustee for you, I'm going to charge you $50,000 with a $1,500 initial deposit. Your $50,000 would be settled with me via the signing of a promissory note. This will be called valuable consideration. Okay. This is a bilateral contract. I promise you service and goods. You promise me the payment. The payment is the promissory note. This is what this is what is supposed to be happening when you went and got your lease, when you went and got your vehicle, when all of these things happen. When you operate in trust, the cash is the paper. When you operate as that miner, the cash is that stuff you think you stacking and holding up and spreading all down your arm and all that goofy shit motherfuckers do. You don't understand that that's called a debt security. It's a debt security. It's a security for debt. You're not paying anything. You're just securing debt. You've never paid a bill. You've just secured debt. You gave a pledge. You've ignorantly deposited gifts. You don't understand that your bill was the payment. That's why the bill came to you in a positive number. They taught you in school good and goddamn well that if you owed somebody, you would be in the negative. And when you paid that bill up, it gets smaller and smaller until it gets to zero. And if you overpay that bill, it's going to be in a positive number. It's not even going to have a positive symbol next to it. It's no need. But it's going to have a negative symbol next to it if you're low. I mean, if you're below. Ain't none of your bills. Excuse me. Ain't none of your bills came to you in a negative number. That's because it's a credit to you. But it's not a credit that the miner can use. It's a credit that the individual who opened the account for the miner is supposed to use on behalf of the miner. Remember, you're just the babysitter of the Social Security person. You're just the babysitter. If you're just the babysitter of the Social Security person, then that means whenever a bill comes to that Social Security person's name, you are supposed to forward it, invoice it, prove that you paid it with the receipt showing that your debt securities are in custody of the individual that you paid, and you bill the individual who is in custody of the minor. You send the bill to the county treasury. You can send the bill to the fiscal service. You can send the bill to the Department of Revenue. You can send the bill to the you can send the bill to anybody that's involved in banking. But you got to have relationship with these people. When did they know you you started? Because it told you whenever you're ready to use the Social Security card, sign it. Security card, sign it. Sign it and put it away, right? When did you go out there and tell them that you were going to be using the Social Security number on behalf of the Social Security person? Never. You haven't given anyone your power of authority as the authorized representative. You haven't done any of that. And the only way you can do that is with the trust. You're supposed to send it to the Secretary of State. You're supposed to send it to the Treasury. You're supposed to send it to the IRS. You're supposed to send it to your bank. That's the only way you're gonna be able to open up accounts. They got to see proof. You can't just say this is mine. Show me proof. Show me proof, and I'll definitely give it to you. That's exactly how the government feels. If you don't come get it, they're gonna reinvest it. They're not using it for themselves. They're reinvesting it. They're investing. Dig what I'm saying? Create a trust. Appoint the trustee and ride out. If you want to if you want me to be your trustee, 50,000 and a $1,500 initial deposit. We're gonna have us a trustee meeting minute. Discuss your assets. Discuss everything that's going inside that. Different type of trust. I mean, the trust that we're about to create. EIN number, so on and so forth. We're gonna do everything you need to get it done. I'm gonna give you some information and material that you need to study so you can understand the nature of trust, how to move and how to operate as a trustee. You did. You're gonna have to. I'm not the type of teacher, as I said, I don't hold your hand. I'm not going to. I don't feel comfortable doing that because when I let go, you're gonna crumble. You're gonna fall apart. I want you to be able to stand up, not as an infant, but as a man and or woman. You dig? It's the only way. You're gonna have to close out probate. If you understand what's going on, you can open up an estate account. You can open up an estate account and deposit your securities into that estate account. You can have them liquidated into that account. When you go cash a check, you're liquidating the security. The check is the security. When you cash a money order, you're liquidating the security. The security is the money order. That's how you got the money out of whoever you got it from. You ordered it from that paper. All you got to do is pay attention to the ways and works of the world. They doing the same thing you already been doing. You just ain't been paying attention. Instead of saying you going on vacation, how about you go on a business trip? And I mean, still handle the vacation. Let's say the vacation is going on a 5-day vacation. Use your business card to pay for the flight, your business card to pay for the food, the brunch that you have. Prove that you actually was doing business via the business credit card you use. You did. And party. Rock out after that. Identify your business expenses. You did. The wine that you bought that for your business clients. Y'all had a business meeting, a business deal. And then don't let your family be your employees or your private contractors. Your son is your private groundskeeper. Your daughter is your private house sitter or babysitter. Your other daughter is your private maiden. Your mother is the assistant, the accountant. You did. Everybody getting paid, gang. And then you take your family, which is a house. Look at the definition of family. It's a house of servants. Then you take your family out on a vacation. That's a whole business meeting from the family's perspective. You can write that off. We don't pay taxes. We report them. And we report them because we want our return. I put all of this credit out here in this world. I want it back. I gave somebody something they never had, which is why they were selling something I needed or I wanted. Everything is an even exchange. It's because if you're using dollar bills, if you're using all of that crazy stuff, then yeah, you might be paying some taxes or creating liabilities. There's no reason to use their stuff when you have full access to your credit. You did. You got full access to your credit. Create a trust. Prove that you are alive with a will and a trust, a living will and a trust. Go straight to probate. It tell you in Title 31 how the minor can take over his minor account, or somebody can. I sent out 9 presentments. One of them went to the Social Security Commissioner. He's got a commission. He's assigned a duty, a mission to communicate, to commute with me. All right. So, and then I appointed all of these individuals to do all of this stuff for me. Y'all did it in the first place. You did. I don't want to mess anything up. So y'all do it. And I want y'all to do it how I've identified myself. I'm an Aboriginal American Floridian. I have my own tribal government, so I can interface with the United States government. This is how, if any one of my people get into something, get messed up, or whatever the case may be, don't touch them. My tribal, I'm gonna call her a tribal mom. My tribal mom, she set her tribe in front of the UN, and she's basically grandmothered me into hers, my tribe actually, and we're all on the do not detain list, the federal and international do not detain list. So now my tribe is protected. My tribe is protected. Anybody identified in my tribe, and the identity of my tribe is having my EIN. All right, so the next step is for me to create our identifications. It'll be a scan or a QR code on the identification that'll link them to the filing, the person, the presence of Tabah. Y'all need to go. If y'all got to trust. Hey, man, get it done. You got to trust, y'all. Who in here got to trust, guys? If you got to trust, remember, the cash to you is the paper now. You don't care about dollar bills no more. Any contract you sign, if you sign a car contract for $40,000, that contract is worth $40,000. You can exchange the contract for the vehicle. Who got to trust in here, gang? You need to open up a trust custodial account. Open up a trust custodial account. Now you can take over the infant. Open up a trust custodial account. Work out a deal with the banker or the private broker. I mean, the broker or the private banker. Tell him you're going to shoot him some for the trades, for the sales, for the exchanges. You're going to bust him down and rock out. All of your bills can be endorsed for 10 times the amount. So if you got a phone bill for $1,000, you can endorse that times 10. Take that to your special deposit account that your private broker has set up for you and have it. You will endorse it, pay to the order of the trust, or if the account is in his name, the broker pay to the order of his name for deposit only. That's 10 racks in there. He gonna go and sell that for the face value of it. If he can't get 10, he gonna get it for the best deal that he can get it for. It don't make no never mind to you. This is some shit you ain't never have in the first goddamn place. You get a ticket. Remember, you are babysitting the Social Security person right now. Send it to the Secretary of State. Paid to their order. Same thing with the broker. Paid to their order for deposit only for your benefit. That ticket gonna go away. That case gonna go away. Your lease, same thing. Paid to the order of county clerk, county treasury. That's for deposit at the county. You don't just take your lease up there. Deposit the motherfucker, man. You want a vehicle? Deposit the purchase order. Deposit the purchase agreement with the Department of Revenue. What's a rock? Same endorsement. To the order of them. The reason you paying it to their order is because you need them to be able to have the authority to deposit it. If it's in their name, they have the ability to put it in their account. But you also want to say for the benefit of you. So now that, yeah, I gave you a check, but I didn't give it to you for you. You dig me? These are your instructions. In your endorsement, these are your instructions. It's for deposit only. We ain't doing nothing else with this but depositing this thing. Or you could put for collection only. These are what are called restrictive endorsements. Pay it to the order of the entity you're giving it to so they have the ability to put it into an account. But you also want to further instruct them for the benefit of you. So when you do get the credits after you convert my instrument, I want you to give me the proceeds that come from it. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Subscribe to the live, gang, and y'all can get up in here. This is how I eliminate all that watching from the window shit. And also, that shit made me mad that time. That dude got on here begging for some money for some food, and I'm on here feeding all y'all ass, and that motherfucker got up here and y'all just, I'll give it to him. I'll give it. That's why y'all see that cash up there. Y'all don't want to give me nothing, huh? I don't care if it's 50 cents or $1, goddammit. Damn, put on. But I'm gonna let you ride. Anyway, so you paying it to the order of the entity that's receiving it, so they have the ability to do what you want them to do with it, gang. You can give them your wire instructions, or if you want the funds to go directly to the dealership, get the dealership's wire instructions. You feel me? You selling paper, you selling paper, partner. This is the true push and P. You dig me? That's why I say when you operating through a trust, your cash is non-cash items. Go look on the Treasury website. You can deposit other items at your bank and other items. They all say other items. What other items? You need a fiduciary account, beloved. You dig me? You got your fiduciary account, you straight. Think about it. If you a fiduciary, then that means you out here making special deposits on behalf of something else. It's not yours. And if you set up the fiduciary relationship, you have the ability to put in cashier's checks, notes, contracts, anything that's paid to the order of the name of the trust or the account holder. And then you got to have your account set up properly. You got to know how not to commingle the funds. All your securities, stop, get the paper securities out your hand and go deposit them joints somewhere. Like the DTC. Dig me? Like with your broker. Stop making general deposits at the bank. You need a custody account, a custodian account, an account that allows you to be in somebody to be in custody of your thing. This is how you're able to file the UCC and check off Bailey Baylor. You're the Bailey, they're the Baylor. They're holding your thing for you. You're identifying and acknowledging it with the Secretary of State and with the bank that, hey, this shit ain't y'all's. To put that into perspective, I had went to go get me a secured credit card with the common knowledge that it belongs to me. When I close the card, they're gonna give me my stuff back. But I read the security agreement. Hold on. All right. So yeah, it kind of fucked me up because I'm like, I'm reading this and you basically telling me, bro, that you finna take everything from me. My security deposit. Y'all gonna take y'all. You saying that I'm giving y'all full interest in it? I ain't got no rights, no interest in it. He's like, nah. I mean, it says that, but once you finish the card, if there's no default, you get your stuff back. I said, bro, I hear what you saying, but you telling me in this contract right here that you, excuse me, that you finna take my stuff from me, and I ain't got no claim to it. He's like, so what do you want to do? I said, I want to open up a card that belongs to me, that don't belong to y'all. I want to be able to. I don't want my funds commingled with the rest of everybody else, because it also stated in the contract that your funds would go in a general deposit account with other account holders. So y'all fractionalizing my security deposit. You finna take it, put it in an account where another dummy can come in and say, hey, can I have a loan? Can I have this? Can I get that? You dig me? So it got me into, well, look, man, we need to open up some form of a custodian account or something, gang. You did. That's when we got into the trust custodial account, so on and so forth. I'm not telling y'all shit. I'm not telling y'all shit that's not real. That's not true. You did. Operate through trust. If you're not operating through trust, you're operating as a secure party. Power of attorney gonna hold you down. If you're not operating through trust, get a DBA in your name. You would get a DBA in your name because it's gonna look a little odd. You having power of attorney over you. They trying to keep a facade. They trying to keep the veil up. So play the game with them. You did. Hey, I'm finna get up off here. Shalom.